relax, breathe deep, and welcome to the broadcast. This song is called Peace on Earth. It's something we all wish for. Music is the universal language, and the artist is craving to be promoted by you.
Let's NFT this.
That's an idea. Nice work.
I feel like I'm in a kaleidoscope. I love it. Piano mandala.
Man, that takes me back to the 80s. Watching the Pink Floyd light show at the planetarium.
Now come back down out of your soul travel. I gotta take this off. I can't do it.
Okay. So welcome. Thank you, Crypto Girl, for joining us tonight. And you're the better half of Jamie. I always like to say the better half. And you're a part of the star launch. I know we have commissions, but it's more than just commissions. This movement, this vision of what you've created, I think is going to change the music industry, but no one really understands it. And here, let me explain what I think this is. What you have taken is the ability to leverage social influencers to help promote artists like myself and others, whether they're in classical music, spiritual music, meditation music, rap music, EDM, rock music, jazz, whatever niche they're in. You have built funnels for them to show them how they can promote themselves on the internet. However, the people who will be buying this product will be the producers. They're going to be the people that will be doing the marketing for the artist. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think your vision is for Star Commissions.
Yeah. So what it is it could be both. I think it's multitasking where you could have a music artist that just wants to promote themselves, and the funnel turns into a squeeze page, which that in terms of real world usage means it's a place for someone that wants to subscribe to your music. Like one of the pages is for religious music. Okay. So if someone is really into their church and they just want to kind of reach out and they just love to sing in the choir or something, they may record their choir and they say, hey, sign up if you want to hear my beautiful religious music. And then they would want to get star commissions, not from the intent to so much get commissions, but just to get fans, just to get a way of easily accumulating an email list of people that are of like kind and mutual interests. And then there is definitely a way to connect with us. And we do have a weekly webinar where if you want to learn how to monetize on those fans, then come to the weekly webinar where we can teach you where to find products to sell them that would be in line with whatever that particular fan club would want. So it's very seamlessly, musically, and a very musical medley. It flows effortlessly, and the technology of the software has just been thoroughly developed by a woman named Cindy Donovan, and
Yes.
she just crosses T's and dots I's, and she doesn't let anything get past her desk unless it's perfect. So I'm very, very impressed with her work with this. It's built on a platform called FunnelMates, and Star Commissions is just utilizing that software. So you're really getting like a major done for you in a way funnel where she's actually put her magic wand on this funnel using the software platform that she created. And I can't believe the price. It's like so dinky, like $16 or something. And you're getting these pre-made, absolutely dynamic, they're called funnels, but in real man's land, it's you're getting a way of professionally presenting yourself and your musical theme or your event. So you're going to look like you know what the heck you're doing.
Well, so musicians could buy this product as well.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, like I hope they do, because they really don't need to be spending tons of money for someone else marketing them. They could just, if they just invest a little bit in themselves and their own skills. I always say, skill it up. How many buy buttons do you have on the internet right now? Let's skill it up.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And yeah, you do. And where are you advertising? Skill it up. And you learned how to use a guitar or play a piano or do the violin or the flute or the conga, the drums. But let's do one more skill, just a few more skills, because you're only like one skill away. So I really would, I hope and pray that musicians will just learn one more instrument. And it's just not a musical instrument. It is. It'll be music to your ears when you have all these followers come to you. It's just a way that people can share you. If you get that link to that funnel and your friends and family can share you in a professional way. I had a friend that said, I won't hire someone that doesn't have a website. Well, guess what, musicians? You're not a web developer? Okay, but you can learn the skill of developing this funnel for yourself.
And could someone who's not a musician also buy the STAR program?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Someone that just wants to actually have musicians as clients, or wants to help some family member out, or someone that wants to just, has a business idea and wants to develop an online income producing activity. This is key, because you could change these funnels. It doesn't have to be a musical funnel. You could just change all the wording on it. You could change the photos, because this is basically a way of presenting yourself to, again, get people to come to you, come into an email list where you can communicate with them. You can sell them things. It's got some key foundational elements that you need in any online income producing activity.
I love it. I can hardly wait to dive into it myself.
Same. Yeah, I want to make some. That's why I was like going to watch some videos to like sharpen my skills and get better at it. It's new. Yeah. So we're all going to jump in and learn it deeply.
Well, that's the thing, is a lot of people don't understand that when something's in a launch, they're buying it as an early stage release, because this thing is going to be thousands of dollars later. I think the bundle that we're offering is going to be $500 a month, but people get this lifetime, and they also get SociSNAP, my product, lifetime, as long as they purchase in the next hour. That's it. After that, the lifetime deal is over until we bring it back.
Your link?
And that's
I want SociSNAP. Where's your link? Oh, how do
I know.
I'll buy it.
I'm going to show SociSNAP in a minute. And my friend and my mentor in Canada is with us tonight, Aine Tompkin. Welcome, Ain. And we prepared a summary of what we think this is really about as a world-changing event. Basically, SociSNAP teaming up with Star Commissions to create something that's even greater than what individually we have. SociSNAP is great. Star Commissions is great. What if we join forces and create something that's really, really going to help empower musicians and help marketers who want to make commissions from musicians? I often thought about this, and I've talked to a few musicians. In fact, I was at a Facebook conference once, and I was meeting all these musicians, especially rappers that have huge followings. They love the idea of somebody else who's a marketer selling their content and taking a cut. And the hottest thing right now, and you're in crypto, and we're going to not mention that because this is a public broadcast, but NFTs are hot. And I want to get into NFTs big time because I have like 6 hours of content and I can go in and make videos like what you just saw and sell that as an NFT. And let's say someone spends $250, $1,000 and buys this one song. They can then sell it to somebody else for $1,000, $2,000, and you can build into that a commission so that the original artist gets paid like 10%, 20% of each time it's sold. That's one of the keys of crypto that you can do in musicians. And it's really largely untapped right now. A lot of musicians don't understand it, but it's really, really competitive. It's extremely competitive. I think NFTs is really where everything's heading. And I think that would be something we want to talk about in the future, maybe even do a bonus webinar for people who buy the deal tonight.
Well, there's a launch, and I'm merging with the guy to sell my webinar through him, but he's launching NFTs on Saturday the 23rd.
I know our timing is so perfect. You know, there's no coincidence that we're being brought together at this time, and more people are coming in live. You know, because I've exhausted. I've sent out like 50,000 emails for this launch. The problem with email is by the time people get the email, the launch is already over. Right? It's so sad. It's so sad. So if you're watching this, head on over to SociSNAP, SociSNAP.com, and go pick up the bundle that has the lifetime of SociSNAP with the Star Commissions. And I want to add this to the stream right now.
Oh, this is so cool. I see it.
Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
And we're actually live right now on the sales page. So all the emails that we've been sending out saying, hey, last chance to buy, blah, 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 launch is expiring. All the people are watching us live on that page, as well as 5 places on Facebook. But really the power is being able to boost this stuff. But let's go into this. Ain, if you could chime in, we came up with this as a nugget for what we're going to say. Start using social media for what it was meant for. I think that's really the nugget of what we're talking about tonight. Ain, back to you.
I mean, you know, look, both are social media products in a sense, right? You've got right now the social media scene is probably the strongest it's ever going to be, like it or love it, depending on the controversy. But everybody's using social media to promote their brand themselves and their businesses sort of independently, really. But you've got an opportunity to bring, you know, the ability of these social media influencers to grow their audience at the same time as SociSNAP can be deployed inside of that framework to help drive the attention at the message. That's the thing that SociSNAP does the best, is it breaks down your content. Well, actually, the person who puts it together has to do this, but it gives you the tools to break down the content and bring the attention onto the, you know, the fragments of the message that matter most. So if you've got a big, long message that you've got to push out, you know, but you want them to focus on 3 elements of it. That's where, you know, you can plunk in your emojis, you can italicize, you can do all that other great stuff, and use that tool to bring that message focus to the market that is trying to actually push their product out there. Like Crypto Girl said it best when she was talking about, you know, you don't want to, you know, these people don't have time to spend promoting themselves. That's why they invariably end up hiring publicists, agents, et cetera, like that. And when they're just starting out, they don't have access to all that kind of thing. So, and you know this, Vic, as an musician. I'm a musician. I go through the same crap. It's a very slow, painful kind of journey. And like you said, Vic, you know, most of these guys really do light up on the idea of having somebody else manage their stuff, but they just don't have a way to get it to happen, and they don't have the time to micromanage it. And then there's a huge trust factor. So with star commissions, you've got something they can control. They can put somebody in charge of that they trust, and give them a lot more power and reach with what they're normally going to publish anyhow. And this is one of the things we practice big time in our business, that we really push on people hard all the time, is multi-purpose, man. Everything you do and business, life, whatever, if you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you're always going to be more successful at anything that you do, even if what you're doing is about to flop. It'll be more of a success because you've put multiple angles into, or multiple irons into the fire, multiple angles into play. And this just makes everything so much easier for the success to happen. As a musician, it's not about selling. It's not about converting. It's about entertaining and keeping people focused on your craft, your product, which is the music.
Right.
That's impossible to do if you don't have a proper, even people with agents can't represent. I mean, there's tons of musicians who never get the reach that they want to. They end up, I don't want to diminish the beats business, but they end up retreating back to the beats business because their agent isn't doing a damn job at all of promoting their actual music, their track.
Right.
So they end up at home at nights cranking out these beats and just pushing them out to anybody they can. And some of them do better at the damn beats than they do at their produced work. And that's just a really messed up scene.
Yeah, it is. It is. And or they have to go in to start teaching. Right. They make these tutorial videos on YouTube that teach them how to do scales, which is like way below their pay grade.
Yeah, exactly.
But Crypto Girl, I wanted to ask you a question. What is a fame magnet? What is a fame magnet? We're still trying to figure this out because Jamie said it one way last night. I'd like to hear what you think a fame magnet is, and how is it different than a lead magnet? That was like my big pitch now. I said, forget lead magnets. They're tired. You know, Tired and Wired. I don't know if you remember Wired magazine, but you know, I am a big fan of Wired magazine. And they had this little section was Tired and Wired. And to me, lead magnets are tired. I am so bored. I mean, I don't want to give my email address to get another PDF or some free gift or some tchotchke. I don't want that. I don't want that anymore. I don't want a lead magnet.
I guess
I don't want that crap.
Like,
I really don't.
Jamie make up fame Jamie makes so many things. Like, I can't keep up with his creations. But did he make up the word fame magnet?
Yeah. And as soon as he made it up, I bought all the domain names. I'm a domain registrar. So yeah. So we're actually creating fame magnets and famemagnet.com right now as the message of the combination of SociSNAP and your Star Commissions product together to help the music industry,
you know,
to help the Doobie Brothers, to help Metallica, my friends from high school, right?
Yeah. Like, I think
they need help right now.
Fame magnet for me means like, my customers are brilliant. And I guess I feel like I fame magnet them by they want to be heard. People just want to be heard. Today I did a webinar. Okay. This is a secret. I know we're live, but hopefully no one's going to be encrypted that watches us. So who cares? And the guy hires me to do his webinar. And so I'm doing it. I do slides and I get paid to do it. And then he's like, I'm on, I'll talk. And he took over the webinar and he showed his charts and he's like, super duper chart guy and Bollinger Bands and all these weird things and things like beyond my head, right? And after the webinar, he goes into Telegram and goes, "Great webinar, Susie." And it wasn't because of what I did, it's because I listened to him, because he talked, right? So
Yeah.
Fame Magnet for me on the internet marketing side is like, I have open mic night on my webinars. They're not like me talking or Jamie. I literally just cringe when it's just like just Jamie talking. Not because I don't respect what he's saying, or I don't think he's like amazing. It's just that there's so many voices on the other end. There's way more voices on the other end that need to be heard on a psychological level, so they feel connected. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm doing a project with this gigolo. He literally is a gigolo from Australia, and we were doing, and I'm writing like an ebook on like, you know, chick magnet, how to get a girl, and we were talking. He's teaching me like how a guy really needs to treat a girl, and he's like, you gotta listen to her. And
Yeah.
again, it's like the whole Fame Magnet is about us not talking and letting someone else talk.
Yes.
And musicians, and even like on my webinars, we have to pull people out of the darkness. I'm like, hey, this is an open mic night. Where's your mic? And I say, you guys are scared to talk. And there are personalities. 70% of the personalities in the world are they're like the accountants, and they're in the back, and they're
Yeah.
perfectionists. And those people are very scared to talk. And so if I could get one person at a time, I grab them through the webinar and we extrapolate their voice. Like this one guy, Chris Kidd, I created this do nothing club.
Yeah.
And because we extrapolate their voice, like this one guy, Chris. Oh no, we're mimicking or something. I'm hearing it again.
Well, yeah, sometimes if you have the page open, you have to turn the sound off. That happened to me earlier when I was playing the music. It was coming through the live stream because I had a tab open with that I was editing the page. And you know, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, Chris Kidd, he was like on the Do Nothing Club. I was like, you have to write a book. Like, we're gonna write a book on the Do Nothing Club. Everybody is this like never-ending book I was creating, and every webinar we would like write a story of how you did nothing and you succeeded at doing nothing.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly.
And you know what his is I stopped doing drugs. He became he was a VA, and he became the VA was just getting him addicted to fentanyl. He was like, they were giving him stuff, and he became an addicted. He was chewing fentanyl or something, and he said, well, I stopped doing drugs, doing that, and then now he's becoming a manifestation meditation person. He has like, everybody loves him on the webinars. So he was the one in the background never talking, and I pulled him out, and he wrote a book about how he got himself off of this on his own. He lives in the Philippines. He can't even do anything in the Philippines, so he's completely clean, and he's now like got a great like 3 different things that he teaches people, and he gets paid for phone calls. So that's just an example. Fame Magnet is about having someone have their voice heard, and it could be a poem, it could be a song, it could be a music, they could be singing.
I like that.
Could be seen. They could be
so
seen.
A Fame Magnet is having someone have their voice heard, their
Yeah,
music
or their
heard, their message. Yeah.
Yeah. Their essence, you know, that's one of the things coming up in this Chick Magnet book is it's my fake name for this book is that I'm going to write. It's called Zella, S and then ends, Zella Essence.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Anyways, their essence, they need to be loved in a way that listening, I think.
Yeah, I love that. And so that's a Fame Magnet, and that's how it's different from a lead magnet. And I think that's really beautiful.
Loved by, listened to.
Yes. All right, so let's go back to the Prezzo, because we've got a little bit of time left. And so this is what I wrote up with Ain. Social media was originally started to give people a safe way to communicate with friends and colleagues. Along the way, it got polluted, and now it's very difficult to stand out. let's get back on track. And so, Amy, you want to comment on that? If you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't have a lot to add to that. I mean, that was mostly my rambling right there, but it's the truth. I mean, you know, differentiating yourself from the rest of the people in the business is really tough, and that goes for any business. It doesn't matter if it's music, any industry. If you rely on an audience taking notice on what you're doing, man, it's tough because there's so much dilution from, I don't want to rhyme, but the pollution of the competition. And really that's what it boils down to. At the end of the day, you got to find a way to stand out. And that's where, you know, SociSNAP together with
yeah, that's the next slide. Actually, you're ahead of our game.
You know, and together, like, honestly, you know, having two good tools to run your business is, I mean, we could get into the lectures about how it's so important, but when you have the right two tools that can bring that attention at the moment that you need it and bring it at a maximum level, as opposed to just blending into the background, and then bring them to your star commission funnel,
right,
where they are once again profiled, that to me is that's a winning formula. I mean, for any business, I mean, it's just about shortcutting that attention span directly onto the product and doing a good job of showing it off. And like I say, you know, what Jamie's done for the music biz here, awesome, but it's not limited to that. Funnels can be built for any purpose. We all know this. How long have we all been building funnels for, right?
Oh yeah, forever.
I mean, we were building funnels before they were even called funnels. So it's a bit tired. We all know it, but, you know, being able to take the reality of how to get the people to the funnel, and social media is a great source of free traffic. It really is. The problem with it is actually getting traction out of it.
Right.
Well, here we go. We know that that's what SociSNAP does. I've seen it work. Your guys, your team, your people's results, let alone your team's results, are off the chain.
Yeah.
And to me, that's all that really matters. Is it doesn't matter. Like, even in my business, it's the same thing. We struggle with this attention span. The gap between interest and disinterest is such a thin line in that gap that you lose people all the time to just drama, man, on social media. Just the drama is at such a high level right now that anything you can do to just break through and say, hey, look, you know, we're not here to waste your time. We're here to get the information that you might be looking for in your face right now. And that's a tough game on social media right now. So tools like this, man, huge. And then you get them isolated, you get them off of social, which don't tell Mark, or, you know, might have trouble running.
Right.
But, right. And then you can pull them onto the funnel with star commissions, and there you go. And it could be any business at that point. Like, I was laughing watching this presentation, thinking about the music industry implications of it. And, you know, already in my business, I can see there's ways that we can make that work, just at that level alone, just for any kind of a niched business, right?
Exactly. It really comes down to us being able to come back and help the artists get seen. But, you know, the challenge, what's happened now because of the digital space, like back in the early days, we would sell CDs, and it was a quantifiable way of making $10. And, you know, if you sold enough CDs, you could basically survive. But with the digital space, when the iPhone came out, and actually iTunes and all that, you know, the whole buying a song for $1. Well, now it's something like a fraction of a penny per view. And we progressively saw our revenue as musicians go to like 1,000th of what it used to be.
Yeah.
Right?
That's being generous.
Maybe a 10,000th of what it used to be. Just with, you know, like I got started with CD Baby, and I sold my CDs, and then I had a publisher, and then the publisher sold my CDs, and, you know, you could quantify it. But now there's no way for the artist. The artist has to become a marketer, right? And then all they're doing is like they're trying to build up, views on streaming services. Welcome back, Crypto Girl.
Hey, sorry.
We missed you.
My cell phone went dead.
Oh, well, that's good. Now we got you on the real deal. I'm actually starting a movement to boycott cell phones. One day a week, I actually have it. Well, one day a week, I don't even turn on my phone. And we just go somewhere beautiful. We go to the beach. We go to a forest. I'll go walking in the woods. One day a week, just don't even turn the thing on. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to do.
We did that on Friday. I bought a survival property with a waterfall in the backyard and a lake across the street. And I took Jamie, and there's an RV. It's a tiny house approved community. And Jamie goes, kind of having cell phone withdrawals. It was Friday night. I was like, that is great.
Yeah.
Because there's no Wi-Fi. It doesn't work.
There's no Wi-Fi. Yeah. Last night we lost the power and we were watching that Hulu special about dope on a little tiny phone. And then all of a sudden the power came back and we got the 4K. I was like, wow, that was different. Well, let's go through some of these talking points. If you're on social media and you're not exploiting the attention that social media influencers have, then you're missing out. All of these statements, Ain wrote with me. Like I talked today for 4 hours. I did a 4-hour training today. And he was there for most of it. He was actually writing copy for his product. He says, Vic, I love listening to you drone on as I'm trying to, I love listening to sales webinars when I'm actually trying to write sales copy. I do that too. I listen to some of the greatest salespeople in the world when I'm trying to write sales copy. A little hint. Ain, what do you think about that? If you're not on social media, you're not exploiting the attention the social media influencers have, then you're missing out. You wrote that, so.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. I mean, in several businesses that I've been involved with, we've seen the difference between digital advertising and social media influencers. It's powerful. The truth of the matter is, if you actually work with people in the digital advertising space, and when I say in the digital advertising space, I'm talking about the people who are running the network level, exchange level distribution. They're actually starting to get a little concerned because they're watching an ad spend that was growing at an exponential rate actually slow its growth rate. And they know that when growth rate slows and rate of change and growth rate drops, they know what comes next. Usually it's a transition from one industry to another. Of course, unless they shut down social media, which would be death knell to the digital advertising industry, but that's the only way you could stop the social media influencers from usurping the digital advertising space, is you'd have to shut down the very thing that keeps it alive. So it's
exactly
a beautiful scenario for social media influencers. I've been contacted just in the last year by no less than 4 different companies who are trying to bring out social media influencer management companies. I mean, that's how big this is getting. They're just, like I had one guy was building software for a company. They'd given him a contract. It was $12 million. And all he had to do was create this software to manage these social media influencers. And I said, wait a minute, there's stuff available on the market. You can buy stuff to do that. He goes, no, you don't understand. They want to actually go across multiple channels. They want to be able to plug this thing into all of these channels and then give these guys a one-stop portal to hit all of, kind of like a Hulu, but for social media influencers, right?
Right.
Hulu, sorry, Hootsuite. And amazing concept, right? As I sat and talked to him about it, the thing that I kept asking him was, how big is that market?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Said, oh, you have no idea. He says, it's these musicians themselves are SMIs. they absolutely become influencers in their own space, and it's how they stay alive. So,
Yes.
absolutely. If you're not taking advantage of social media influencers today, and what a better way to do it. Here, you can call them up. You're in control. You can.
Right.
And how hard is it to take a picture, a video of a guy? Yeah, it's copywritten, but you're going to show it to the guy that owns it. So who cares? And say, hey, I can build this for you right now.
Exactly.
And how long does it take to slap one of those together and then send them an email and say, hey, for the next 60 hours, you'll be able to go see your future here. Of course, that, you need a pitch, but these guys have to find more and more ways to penetrate their audience quicker. If they don't, then they're reliant on their agents. And well, we all know what's happening to the music industry. It started with Napster, and now we got the internet just ripping a hole in it every chance you can, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
But if you're a business, if you're just a business who's struggling with getting attention and you don't have a $50,000 a month budget for digital ads, this is what you got to do. I mean, you got to do it. You got to take advantage of social media any way you can. And man, how hard can it be? Take SociSNAP, right? As I said last night, grab a video, any video that's in your niche, upload it into the system, grab a couple minutes of that video, upload it into the system, let it automatically transcribe it for you, do the word replace thing, get rid of the spam words, throw your own twist on it in between the lines. You're done in minutes. You're done. You could crank several of those out in a matter of probably 15 minutes. You could have 4 or 5 of those put together, and just blast them out there. And if you even put a modicum of copywriting thinking, like hook development into the headline, and leave the rest of the body of the message till later, see if you can get some click value. You know what I like to do? I like to write social media posts that tempt you in the first 3 lines and force you to click that see more to get the rest of the message.
Yes.
And then you purposely engineer something into that second part of the message so that you know that when they respond, you can tell that they actually opened up your message and read the whole thing.
Exactly. Yes.
It's like a click test, right? Do that with SociSNAP, so easy. It's so easy. I mean, one thing that you want to know how easy it is to get attention on social media today? I'll break it down to you real simple. Don't talk about COVID. Don't talk about Trump. In other words, you could talk about anything. It doesn't matter. You don't have you don't have to be special or anything anymore. The other day, I made a post that was so ridiculously frivolous. I literally said, what was it? You have 20 characters or less to sell me this shovel.
Yes.
That was it. And
I remember a buddy of mine said, I'm a non-smoker. Sell me that ashtray.
There you go. Now, listen, those are overdone on social media.
Yes, I know.
Those were happening a long time ago. I mean, but do you know the traction that post got?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, dude. I could go on there and I could talk about some important issues and not get that much audience.
Oh, yeah.
And yet I got like 25 responses in less than an hour. You don't have to work hard at this, man. All you got to do is just not get into the corrosive subject matter, give people something creative to think about, and wham, you get response. So what a great way to bring attention to somebody's business. It doesn't have to be the music business. That's why I was laughing, because I saw Jamie and I was like, damn, we're not milking the whole cow here. Why are we only talking about music? Like there's so much else that can be done with that. But I know Cindy too. And I know that, that what she's trying to do is very, very aggressive. So, damn.
Well, it's a noble effort. That's why I decided to give people, let's call a spade a spade. SociSNAP is a $300 product. We're slashing the price by 50%. And instead of it being an annual fee, which is already the discounted price, we're doing a lifetime fee if they just pay this lovely lady over here and her husband to get their product, which I'm supporting in this launch. That's basically what this is. And this is the tool that they get. They get SociSNAP Pro. Can you see that screen where it talks about all those words in yellow are problems? Okay. Can you see my screen? This is some of my slides I'm going to be teaching on Thursday, but this is an actual case study we did on page likes with an actual client. Without it, it was 15 cents per like, 12 cents per like with a 24 million audience in the music niche. This is in the music niche. With SociSNAP Pro, it was 11 cents per like, 8 cents per like on the 24. These are the actual numbers. They were cheap likes because it got you a tremendous amount of attention. This musician now has 90,000 likes on her page. So now when she just writes something on her page organically, she has 400 or 500 comments, not even boosting. And then I asked the question in the webinar, would you like to increase your ad performance by 143 to 200% without changing your creative content?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
That's not even changing your creative.
Yeah,
we're not even adding images. We're not doing anything different other than that tiny little adjustment of the bolds, italics in the content, as well as the emojis, because that works on the subconscious mind and the brain. Here's another slide from earlier today's presentation about emojis taking over the world with the iPhone and the special characters, and how the iPhone slyly added the emojis. And the West did notice and they demanded it. But see, the brain operates with this one key, which is recognition. Recognition. This right there is the most popular emoji in SociSNAP. Okay. It used to be the explosion, but now like this is our popular. The explosion was neck and neck with the flame, but now the flame is the most popular emoji among thousands of users who log in every day and use it. But that flame, it takes your brain 1/7 of a second to recognize it because it's familiar and it builds trust. And now what's wrong with this picture? Okay. It's the Mona Lisa with egg on her face. Your goal is to cause people to just stop scrolling past you. And as soon as you're capable of doing that, what ends up happening is your ad costs go down, your engagement goes up, and people will start to share your stuff.
And if I can jump in here, the real secret sauce here that you won't hear very many people talk about this, but the real secret sauce that SociSNAP creates is not that we put emojis on your copy. Okay, that's not it.
It's the integration.
It's the breakdown of the content. It's the organization of it. It's the drawing attention to the pieces that need to be digested. And for me, like when I'm writing, the hardest thing that you can do when you're writing copy is the formatting of the text itself, because all of the message gets lost if you can't properly format that text. Now, you don't have a lot of formatting ability in Facebook and all of these other tools. In fact, you have none. So just being able to bring that form, and I don't know why they don't give it to us, man. It's ridiculous why they don't give it to us, because it would make more effective communicators out of everybody. I mean, let's face it. The reason why people don't read social media posts today is because, oh my God, it's another bloody text wall. You know,
exactly.
I can't tell where the first sentence ended and the next run-on sentence began. And so by being able to break that stuff up, that's huge, because now people can, in their glance lifestyle, I like to call it, you know, they got no time to read large blocks of information, but they like to scan and get the gist of what's going on and make a decision. Do I want to keep reading, right? And this is, I think, the biggest, it's the same problem the music industry has, the same problem businesses have, is getting that moment of attention, right?
Exactly. And so this, Susie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm writing notes, some really good keywords.
Yeah, I'll have to send you the replay from this morning. We were on for about 4 hours, and we're going to be loading that webinar back up inside of the SociSNAP members area, so all of our customers can watch the training that we're doing. I'm actually doing probably about 8 hours of training just on SociSNAP with all the new stuff that we've been building into the tool. But look, this is one of our clients, okay? She spent $500 on boosting this ad, okay? It's basically a talking head talking about herself as a musician. A number of years ago, she hired our agency to help her. We use SociSNAP, and we rewrote this copy. Like, there's copywriting, but there's also those bolds and italics. And then we said, you know what? Instead of being a talking head, why don't we take a short clip of you playing the guitar to a Paul Simon track that we actually have a quote. When you click more, there's actually a quote from Paul Simon. Well, look, this got 1,800 likes, 121 comments, and 1,200 shares, and it cost half the price, right? A $250 budget with more results. You see that?
Yeah.
So it's not just having a tool, it's also understanding how to use the tool to exponentially increase your bottom line. And then this is one of the slides. I was asked to speak at a leadership summit, and I pitched them on, this was the title of my talk, how to reduce the cost of your Facebook ads by 68%, when I was promoting my Facebook course called Facebook Relevance. Anyway, I'm going to skip ahead. And in the last minute, I realized, you know what? Reducing the cost isn't sexy. So what I did is I changed the title to how to increase your ad performance by 312. Well, I am a mathematician, and performance is really cost savings, 1 minus the cost savings, times 100, and the inverse. And so I asked people today, what looks better, cost savings of 68% or an ad performance boost of 312? They are exactly the same thing. It's just how you position it.
Savings isn't sexy. That's a age-old rule of sales copy, FYI, just on a separate note.
Right.
Always avoid the reducing, saving angle, right?
Right.
But yeah,
so you have to know the math in order to compute that.
Exactly, and it's a bigger number.
But see, when I combined SociSNAP with my Facebook Relevance, that was just Facebook Relevance without SociSNAP.
Yeah.
When we combined Facebook Relevance, we got 1149.4% performance boost. Combining the training, the system, the psychology, and training the people who worked in the agency how to use the tools with the training together. So what I'm doing now is I'm training ad managers how to use our tools and how to use my system in Facebook Relevance, and they're seeing these results across the board.
And
is that cool or cool?
And that's on advertising, which has far less saturation value as straight up social media for the, the non-branded type of approach. But even branded businesses, just pushing content off of their pages, they get a lot more traction than the advertising algo gives them. The only time the advertising algo gives you better jam is when there's nobody with a higher, richer wallet next to you on the bid box, right?
That's right.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is this just came in my Skype.
Those are ridiculous numbers, man. They're just
I know. Well, it's actually too much that we did a split test on the capture page.
Yeah.
And we went back to the lower number because it was more believable. That's actually one of the one of the tests. This is still our capture page. How to increase your ad performance by 312.5% without spending a lot of money. It converts better than saying 11 times because it's believable. It's attainable. People think they can do it, right?
Yeah.
When you throw out the 11.5% X, even though that was the truth on that campaign, they don't believe it. Now, when I take a politician, Susie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with all of this.
I worked with a mayor in a small town in New Jersey as a hired gun. You know, my nickname is the sniper. And I work with the team on the ground, mostly 20-somethings who were basically doing, you know, it was education. It was school board kind of stuff. The mayor was trying to basically get change happening in the school board. And we saved them somewhere like $20,000 on what the next agency was going to charge this poor. We gave it to them at rock bottom prices. But it was an interagency partnership that I did with them. And let me see if I can find the numbers on that. The mayor just doing organic versus this method, that's the tool plus the training, I think it was like 53x, which is crazy, crazy results.
Can you use SociSNAP for nonprofits? Because
yes,
yeah, I've got a client.
In fact, I'm looking to do some what they call channel partnerships with nonprofits. So we will give you a license of SociSNAP and give your nonprofit some training as long as you let people know that you used it and you report your results in some case studies. But yes, I would love to work on something like that.
Yeah, I have a client that was running for governor of Connecticut, and her stepson ended up passing away from like an opiate overdose or something like that. And so she's doing. She asked me to work an event, and we're still isolating. We're not, anyways.
Right.
So I was like, I'm so sorry, but I was supposed to go and meet with like the senator of Connecticut, and there's only gonna be like 20 people. They manage like their hedge funds, and they manage nothing less than like $10 million accounts. But I mean, so it's a private estate in mansion in Greenwich, and I just really wasn't able to be there because I'm like her go-to event. I was an event planner before I got into all this stuff. And she'd call me, where's my coffee maker? I'm like, okay, it's in the catering closet with all this stuff. So I just really would like to kind of introduce her to this, because whatever she's doing, I wasn't able to be there for that event, but I know it's near and dear to her heart. And she gave up politics because the stepson died like right before she was supposed to go towards electing. And it was sad. She was knocking on doors, and these politicians, man,
Here it is.
I mean, they need SociSNAP. She needed this.
Yeah, look at, these are the final results from the campaign we reached. The town only has 80,000 people in it, so we reached half of the population of the town. People were complaining that our ads were hitting them on their phones approaching election day so much that it was almost becoming annoying.
I was trying to explain to her when she was running for governor, she needed to do something else, but
yeah,
I understand. This is amazing.
The way to do this really is you have one team on the ground that works with the mayor, works with the government officials. And then just to stay legal and within Facebook compliance, because I teach a number of lessons on Facebook compliance. I'm really big on Facebook compliance. What we do is we take an arm's length approach, and we only focus on maximizing the reach with the ad spend with my methods, mostly narrow casting the audience. So what most people do is they try to shotgun it, and what we do is we snipe it. So this was only people who live in the city, within the city limits, that are connected socially to other people who are connected to the mayor and all of his social connections. And there are ways you can do that inside of Facebook that are completely compliant. However, you have to sign, your agency has to sign a contract, and the mayor had to sign a contract with driver's license and authentication and all that kind of stuff. So it really works best as a partnership where I do the ninja stuff and they do the content and they vet the content so that we have nothing to do with the content. All we do is focus on looking at the numbers, looking at the public, looking at what's hot, what's not, and then spinning it, so that it really serves the community. But that's critical numbers. I mean, if I put a capture page saying, hey, perform your performance by 5,300%, no one would opt in because it seems too unbelievable. But that's the truth. That's what we were able to accomplish.
So we're gonna we have property with 700 people in the town, so you can make Jamie the mayor.
Yeah,
You can
I'd be
manage
happy to
700
make Jamie
people.
the mayor.
Make Jamie the mayor.
Yeah,
Great.
that'd be perfect.
Only 700 people. That's all you got to convince.
Yeah, right before the lockdown, I worked with our local community downtown association on a fundraising project, and we had, they had a tiny budget, and we were able to push them to literally packing this local pub, just literally packing it, like hundreds and hundreds of people with, a couple $100 budget, which was crazy. I mean, no one's ever.
So
that's less than the price of postage.
Yeah, sorry. What was just coming to mind when you were telling the story about the New Jersey mayor? So a lot of people might be hearing stuff like that thinking, well, wait a minute, I don't know any politicians. What am I going to do with something like that, right?
Right.
But the first time you spelled out to me what you were proposing to do with, the two tools together, Star Commissions and SociSNAP, the very first thing that came to mind is years ago, many years ago, I did a contract for a bar who was having a lot of financial troubles. We needed to figure out a way to pack the bar. And I said, well, that's easy. All you got to do is have a limbo contest, put up a volleyball net in the parking lot. And that actually grew far past that plan into something where we were trucking in sand. And we filled the bar with about 6 inches of sand, turned it into a beach party.
Mm-hmm.
But what we were doing was we had worked out this thing where we were SMSing people in the local area through an SMS broker. We had got some lists to some SMS lists, and we were just to test the whole idea to see if we could get any traction. And I remember the day that we went live with the message push, I actually had to leave town, and I came back that evening and I thought, well, I'll stop by the bar. It's probably still open. I'll stop by, have something to eat, check in, see how things are going. Man, I couldn't get a parking spot within 3 blocks of the place. It was absolutely jumping. In fact, and by the time I parked and walked up there, this place was jumping so bad. What they did is something that could be done much easier with what you're talking about. But basically all they did was create this really annoying message, and then they pushed it out across the SMS wires. And the message was, get on down to Butch's before 9 p.m. or something like that.
Yep.
We're doing if I remember correctly, the whole entire hook was, we got girls in bikinis and sand on the floor in the bar. Get down here. And something about a free drink if you make it before 9 or something.
Yep.
And I said to them, when they first came up with, I pitched the idea of the free drink thing, and they turned it down at first because they said, no, that'll cause problems, and then the cops will be here and everything. But anyways, I get my car parked And I walk the 2 blocks to this bloody bar, and the whole neighborhood's alive. Like, you can hear it. It's just alive. I finally get into view of the bar, and there's a freaking squad of cop cars parked outside the bar. And there's people like up and down the side of the building. And I was like, wow, that's more people outside the building that they wanted to actually get inside the building. And as I got closer, I realized what was happening. The cops were trying to get people to go home because the place was over. It was past its fire permit occupation level. But anyways,
Yeah.
you do stuff like that the same exact way. Like, it's a crowdsource thing. I mean, you know, if you've got a local business that just needs to get more eyes on what they're doing,
Yep.
it's so easy to stir up a lot of attention. But again, not when you're drowning in the, you know, the lack of differentiation that exists on social media today. People are just like, here's what I don't look for. When I log into social, what I don't want to see is a whole bunch of posts that are just blocks of text, people ranting about stuff. As soon as I read the first couple sentences and I hear a rant, I just turn off and I go, if all you have is there was a friend of mine was showing people how to crochet the other day, and I couldn't stop but hang out for a while.
Yes.
Because it's more interesting than what everybody else is engaged in. But when you see my point, like, if you can just get that attention just for those few seconds, people will just give it to you willingly, where before you had to bribe them. But they'll just give it to you willingly because it's freaking normal.
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store the other day. There's a guy standing out front. I'm not kidding you. He's got a ghetto blaster. He's dancing to the freaking Village People YMCA.
Yep.
You know why he's there?
Why?
He's paid to calm down all the people who got to stand in line to get into the store because of
Oh, yes. Because
you know why. I won't say the word, right?
Yep.
They paid this guy to be there. Now, get this. I'm laughing because I see this going on, and I'm like, yeah, this store, they're so, like, the level of genius in putting this guy out front of the store went so far past keeping the people in front of the store calm. What was really going on was the whole damn parking lot was jamming to the YMCA. The attention was all on the store. And let me tell you, man, I don't like standing in lines, but I was having fun. I hung out for a while. And I paid respect to this dude. I actually have a video of this dude. Let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to you. Not now, but I think.
Well, while you're thinking about that, let me show a little demo here, okay?
Yeah.
So this is actually from HubSpot. We collected all the spam words we could find. You know, like get it now, great offer, info you requested, instant, limited time, new customers only, now only. These are all the spam words from HubSpot. iContact gave us their spam database. Jimmy Kim of SendLane sent us his. We consolidated, we compiled it on. We had some Facebook people send us the stuff that they found were spam words, and we put them all into SociSNAP. The challenge that we have is when I see a list like that, how am I going to know if I'm writing my copy if I'm using a word like beverage or bonus, right? My brain can't possibly go through and say, okay, here's all the spam words. Here's 394 spam trigger words to avoid in 2021. Okay. And that's HubSpot, very major company. I'm going to pull the exact number, but what we did is we took all of this stuff, we put it into the database, we loaded it up inside of the tool, and then we update it every week. So it's constantly current. Wow. Okay. This is your sales copy for your launch. And look at everything in yellow is one of those bad words. Naughty on you. Amazing. But there's hope. And SociSNAP gives you that hope. You can say, instead of click, say tap. Instead of income, use compensation.
Amazing.
Instead of, lose, some of these words like lose, there's no solution. So what we do here is we invented a voice recognition plugin. So instead of had a loved one lose their mind at you after they've seen the CC bill,
try lost.
let me just come up with something. Here we go. How about this? So I click the little microphone icon.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a loved one go crazy after they've seen their credit card bill go up? You see that? And now let's go run that again. Okay, so crazy is there. Now I could say insane. And then after there, you could just say card bill. People will still get it. But what you now did is you took the spammy word, and this is what you want to do with email swipes. And every marketer, every copywriter needs to pay attention. And I need your help and Jamie's help to teach this to others.
Yeah.
The swipe is a guide. You're not supposed to copy other people's copy. And it's good to have spam words because that gives juice, that gives emphasis. It gives you the opportunity to be unique. So what I did right here is I used the little microphone, and the microphone icon actually, I have my pop-ups blocked, but if you actually hover on it, it says, use a microphone. What it does is it taps into your browser, taps into your microphone. You don't have to stop writing. Okay. It sucks, but today all changes. So I could say something like that. I got something creative coming here. It totally blows cornflakes, but today everything in your life will change. It's very accurate. Then I run the tool again, and I could say lifestyle instead of, right? It totally blows cornflakes, but today everything in your lifestyle will change. Everything may change, right? So I like utilizing the different parts of the brain. In my webinar earlier today, I was talking about that we think with our cerebral cortex, the forebrain, but we react with the back brain and our reaction. That's where that 1/7 of a second comes in. So if I go in here and I pick an emoji and I do something like that, I can go into food and find something that looks like corn, right? It's another form of language, and I can communicate through the emojis, right? And so what this does is it allows you to create unique content. And Google loves unique content. Facebook loves unique content. All the social networks we support, and we've tested 25 of them, but I think it works with everything. These are all the social networks we work with. And all you do is copy and paste.
Damn.
SociSNAP's magic button, all you do is you go make your post, click snap, and everything's neatly copied to your clipboard. Everything's processed, and then you can just paste it right into social media. Is that cool or what?
And where you can take that to your autoresponder, right? Same thing.
Yeah, you can put it in your autoresponder. You can also put it in your Facebook posts. You can even put it into your YouTube videos. So like this is my my YouTube channel, Mr. Hatman. And here we are, we're live. And then when I go to videos, and this right there, look at that. How to be a star and get your foot in the door. That's, you see the italics? It gives emphasis on the title. Okay. Welcome, welcome. And you see, I can put the same styled formatting right
wow.
down below inside of my YouTube liners. You can also do that with LinkedIn. And you all of a sudden start standing out in the social network. It also works with TikTok. People do double takes when they see italics in TikTok titles.
Yeah, they're not used to seeing it, man. That's the thing.
Right. And so we kind of want to keep this on the underground. Otherwise, if everyone does it, they're going to all get immune and then it's going to go away.
Right.
But that's just a cultural phenomenon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Ride
Yeah.
that wave while it's happening.
How long has SociSNAP been around?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Here's a little timeline. I actually have a slide.
Yeah. I'd love to see.
Here we go. July 11th in 2018, in my group called the Success Mastermind, I was doing a webinar and I said, what are you doing next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific? I hope you are free because I'm going to be sharing with you the most recent success we'd have over the last 2 weeks that we've made with our clients to drastically improve their click-through rates. And I called it the Facebook Magic Post Formatting Tool. And what I was doing was I was selling my course, Facebook Relevance. And when they bought it, they got my magic tool free. I could show you how simple the tool is. It's completely so arcane what it was. But Cindy approached me and she said, Vic, I love your post. I want to make a product. We called it SociJam, right? And so then we launched SociJam.
I think I remember that.
SociJam 2 on JVZoo. But I had to create a new brand for Pay Kickstart and for Facebook for the enterprise space. And that's also where we added all the voice and all these other kind of things. We basically reinvested the proceeds to build SociSNAP. And we're now on a movement to bring all the SociJam users over to SociSNAP because under the hood, there's so much more code in there. Like we rewrote the entire editor from scratch. The original version only worked with Google Docs. I can show you the original version. It's kind of funny. You want to see the original version? We still have it in a few places.
It's just a phenomenal tool. I'm okay. I'll see it.
Yeah.
It's you know, I wanted someone to create a terms of service situation where we would know if when a terms of service was changed. But what I see SociSNAP is in a different perspective is exactly what I was looking for, terms of service updater. So
Yeah, we could do that.
Not only do you have a terms of service updater, like where we would all get a text, hey, guess what? The TOS has changed for Google, for Yahoo, just like all the SEO magnets. They pretty much lost all their leverage when the algorithm for Google started changing left and right, and they flipped the whole scenario upside down. And where somebody's website was used to making $20,000 a month, it went to zero.
Oh, yeah.
It was all changed.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. So what I see SociSNAP is doing is what would be phenomenal is like if you could get on autopilot, like API integration of terms of services, where if they would actually be upfront and honest to say, this is spam word list, other than us having to be in discovery land all the time. But at least you take like 99.9% of discovery out and all the mistakes out. You're like the magic eraser.
Yeah, yeah.
Soci eraser.
Yeah, well, that might be one of the things that we're working on with SociSNAP is to add plugin modules. So what I want to do is to have, like maybe like a Frank Kern module, and it's basically Frank's favorite copywriting, And then we would have different copywriters come out and put their words into our thesaurus and our dictionaries. So that way you could write in the style of the great copywriters.
You and Jamie are on the same page. He has a product he just created and he's perfecting. Very similar to this. Totally different, but
Yeah.
But oh my God, you guys should just merge or something. It's so cool.
Yeah, we I'm sure we will.
It's so helpful. It's very helpful basically in word conjuring.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
You're
just
a
going to
word
grab a
artist.
little snippet and I pasted in. This is from Google Docs, and you can see there's the bold, right? I originally created this because I wanted the Google Doc. The simplest version is I copy and paste from Google Docs, and then my final thing that I post on social media looks exactly the same as my Google Doc. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that was it. It was, and then you would click copy, and then I could paste that into social media. And that was it. That was the original 2018 version. And, you know, the 2020 version is the one that I was showing you earlier. Let me,
I think it's good. It's good that people see like the product creation. I always say like, how many
Yeah.
buy buttons do you have, right? So
we just keep adding and
posts,
enhancing to it. Like this
Yeah.
right here, we did a whole long training on it. This is a upload. So let's say, for example, you're on your phone and you record voice dictation, but you're not connected to the internet. Like, let's say you're out, you know, you're offline and you just want to take voice dictation. You can grab that file, click this button, and then it will transcribe all of your text. So I did this also like with a video. Actually, I'm going to go and bring up my friend Brian Tracy. You've heard of Brian Tracy, right? Lives in San Diego area.
No, I mean, I'm not good with names though. So
Yeah, he's a best-selling author, 1 million fans on YouTube and Facebook. You know, he's one of the rock star content providers. And he focuses on leadership styles. So look at that. So this I'm uploading. Oh wait, this is a different video. So what we're doing here is I took a YouTube video. This wasn't Brian Tracy. This was a different fellow. This was ranking very, very high under the keyword attention. And so then there, it just finished the transcription. And so you can actually literally take your pre-recorded audios and transcribe them into text and then run the spam tool on that and then clean it up a little bit. Let's do another one. There was this, I'm trying to find the one.
ebooks with this. This is an ebook writer. Like,
yeah.
Like you could, I mean.
This is the one right here.
Wow.
Leadership is the ability to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people. Hello, I'm Brian Tracy, and today I want to talk to you about how you can use 5 different leadership styles to inspire your team to deliver their very best performance. The job of the leader is to get things done. He's very, very articulate, right? And so let's say you're wanting to copy someone like a Tony Robbins or a Brian Tracy, and you want to create your own article, right? Or your own YouTube video. One of the best ways to do that is to take their video, transcribe it, run it through SociSNAP, change it up a little bit, right? And then enhance it with your own language and then say, hey, I learned this from Brian Tracy. Always give credit to the original author, but now you have the structure of what he said in the video.
Oh my gosh. You have no idea what you created. That's amazing. That's huge. Like, is there a limit at how many words SociSNAP will transcribe?
Well, we set a limit with the Pro to about a 10 megabyte file. Okay. We can increase that, but you want to get with us because we have to pay a cloud services provider on a per minute basis. And I wanted to keep the price affordable so that our affiliates, basically SociSNAP Basic is $30 a month. The Pro is 3 times that much. Okay. And it pays commissions to affiliates. What I wanted to do was, how everyone has membership sites?
Yeah.
I wanted to basically give our affiliates the ability to have a membership site, leveraging all of my tools, all of my training, and also they can personally brand it themselves. So what they can do is they can also go in, this is a feature in SociSNAP Pro, they can go in and put their own video on the registration page. They put their own message on the registration page. They can put their own video on the welcome page, which is like this video right here. This is my playlist that welcomes people, right? But Jamie could have his video. So whenever people buy SociSNAP from Jamie, it's like a co-branded product.
It's like white labeled, but it still says, yeah, co-branded. That's better.
Yeah, it's co-branded. It's white labeled.
It's Soci branded.
It's Soci branded. And we have a few white label partners that we did. We did one called Soci Monkey. We did one with Intentional Mentoring, my business partner. We can work all kinds of things out. But what I would like to do is work with an organization, like maybe a National Speakers Association, and create a channel partnership with them. And this will have National Speakers Association. And it actually helps you improve and become a better speaker. Because if you can speak with less spammy words, not only will YouTube like you more, but you will also become more professional and you'll be able to charge more as a speaker. And so what I've been doing is I've been recording all of my talks, and I do my best to try to weed out those spam words from my language. And it's really tough because I listen to a lot of the great copywriters and they use all the spam words. And that's the kind of stuff we do in our Discord group. I love Discord. It's really just the name itself, it's like disruptive.
Yeah. Can you explain to me like how long a video can be that would be transcribable so that I would know like how
about 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's the recommended length for YouTube anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these lives, you're not going to be transcribing the lives.
Well, we do have a little secret link that I can give people that removes the limits.
Okay.
But we have to put in some sort of tracking so we know that you don't ring up my bill. I want to show you my friend Scott. Okay. Scott is one of my friends. We were students with each other. Let me bring up this slide deck. Scott's one of these guys, you give him a tool and he goes crazy with it. Scott, on a bad month, he's making $1 million in a Shopify store.
That's so exciting.
Right? He does $1 million a month in sales and I've been saying, Scott, use SociSNAP for your ads, right? And this is his latest ad, right? Snatch me up, waist trainer, tummy wrap, loving my waist training. So proud of my body, must have comfort and quality train. Great. I mean, it's so funny. Pretty to look up that wrap. He sent me this stuff. In one of my previous products, which was called Search Triggers, he ran up my bill on our API costs that it cost me like $300 in one day when he just used our tool and he ran like 60,000 keyword searches through our software. And I said, dude, you know, we have to kind of limit you a little bit here. So it's not we don't want to, you know, give you free reign, but it's just a matter of cost. We wanted to make it inclusive, so that it's affordable to everyone and it's built into the software. And we just wanted to keep a sweet spot. SociSNAP Basic comes with the push to talk. There it is, speech to text, unlimited. Okay, but it's up to a minute at a time, and this is really designed for you to write, like, start using social media for what it was meant for. A phrase, and then you think, okay, what am I going to say next? I love this software because it helps me express myself in times that I'm not quite thinking about what I want to say. I oftentimes use this to come up with nuggets of copy that I write from my bathtub. I'm currently working on a book called The Bathtub Entrepreneur: How to Manage, Run, and Your Business Exclusively from Your Bathtub. Want a free copy? Simply go to bathtubentrepreneur.com, put in your best email, and I'll ship it right to you. You see how that's all free, unlimited, because it's not putting a very expensive server load. The upload is much more complex because we have to do caching. We have to go break it down. We have to send it to the server, get the response back. There's a lot more engineering that goes in there. Plus, we have to pay our partners, which is a multi-billion-dollar company, for the use of their AI on the voice transcription engine.
Yeah, I have rev.com and I buy stuff on rev.com. Like,
yeah. I love rev.com.
Yeah, but this is similar. Yeah.
What we wanted to do was to give you an instantaneous rev.com equivalent to 1 hour of rev, and you pay that and you get unlimited with SociSNAP.
Yeah, it's worth it because yeah, I mean, some of the rev, like, especially with just, there's so many things I like to learn, and I need to hear it and visually, and sometimes write notes and highlight and stuff. So I'm a rev girl. So this is good. This is great. But it's going to be like a 15-minute video, right?
Yeah, but you know, if we're connected on Skype, I can give you the secret code to override it. Just let me know. Yeah, there is a way of overriding it. It really has to do with the size of the file. So,
yeah, but this is great. But the other thing I think this is so important is that, like, people could write little ebooks, like little mini books with this, because I saw this ebook webinar and it was talking about find like the biggest and the best like book that's out there that's like really ranking, and rewrite it to make it better. And you just said the same thing. Rewrite it, make it better. Trend is your friend. So with this, people could, like you said, find someone that's really being followed and people like to listen to, and you could just transcribe what they're saying and change it.
Yeah. So how could we blend our talents together? The launch is now officially over. The lifetime deal is now officially over. Sorry, you guys missed it.
Oh.
It's now 9 o'clock, midnight Eastern.
It's 1 minute left. Should I buy it?
1 minute left. You notice we're not really trying to sell this too hard. I don't really like doing pressure sales. I wish I was better at it. I just sort of like, you know what? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. You know?
No, this is great.
How could we join forces with SociSNAP and Star.
Well, so what I'm going to do is on our Wednesday webinar, I'll just use this product, and then I have Beyond the Buy Builders, so I can just make sure that we have like a review section every Wednesday where we say, okay, let's talk about emails and let's do an example and just use it. Like, I think as long as I use something and they see me use it and I'm presenting it, not so much as like it's like I don't really have to, like, it's a soft sale. I'm like, guys, check this out. Look at this. Like, and I say, guys, send me something that you're going to email your people. Send it to me, and then I can copy it and I can paste it in my SociSNAP and say, look at these words. So just by like having our students send me what they would normally want to post, and I can socially snap it. I can do a Soci check.
Yeah.
You know, if I could become like the go-to Soci checker, they're gonna
We
get
gotta call you
annoyed.
Soci girl now.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, exactly. Soci girl. I'm Soci girl. And I'll say, yeah, let me do a Soci check for you, right? And then they'll be like, oh, let me get Susie to check this, the Soci girl to check this. And they're gonna get annoyed. They're not gonna want me to be having to check it, so they'll get their own copy. So what are the price ranges for SociSNAP?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because the price is now going up. As you can see, the lifetime bundle is now over. The price is going from monthly $27. The lifetime $147 deal is going away with a Star bundle. That's no longer available. And then it's going to be, let me go back and switch it. Aim, sorry about that. You were unmuted.
Oh,
Be back
okay,
now?
good. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, you dropped off and we missed you.
Yeah, I was expecting a call from family. I had to take it. Apologize.
So this is the price that it was lifetime, but I think it's going to go back. Oh, that's not the one. It's basically going to be $199 for the annual, and it's going to be $299 for the annual, and then $29 a month. That's what it costs. And then we have some special affiliate only deals that we make with partners. So like our most popular price point is $69 a year. But then the partner puts in their own bundled value, and then we also, split that as well. But the goal of that deal is to get people into SociSNAP Pro, because that's where the revenue is. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I don't know what SociSNAP Pro is. I don't know the difference between the basic and the pro. I think. So yeah, so I got to learn like the divisions. I can watch a sales video, I guess, or something.
Yeah, we're actually recording the sales video for Pro right now. But basically, the distinction between the basic and the Pro, there's additional tools. There's an email list building tool here called List Refiner. There's a video capture tool. There's tons of training. All the training I told you, the advanced training, it's all
Whoa. Back up. List Refiner's now in the Pro?
Yeah, List Refiner is in the Pro.
Okay, well.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
All right, you've seen List Refiner.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah, okay.
That's significant.
List Refiner. What is that?
Aiden, could you explain what list refiner is? I'll bring up a little video.
No, I mean that's your deal. You explain it, because actually I've been wanting to bug you to ask you about that, because I'm not clear if you are referring to the thing that does the separation of the different types of lists, the different
Yes,
types of
it
role
does.
models and all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay, but what about the other stuff that you were working on like 2 weeks ago with the team there? Is that becoming part of list refiner?
That's becoming part of Pro. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Are you in?
Yeah, this is dope. So
You a Sophie
basically,
guy?
so what this is, so you might not know this, and I don't know who else is on the call right now, if anybody's even left around, but so when you manage an email list, when you're small, you only have 100 people or 200 people or something, this is not really a big deal. But if you have large lists or a lot of leads coming into your system, it's super important to get all of the free mail, which is your Gmail, Yahoo Mail, all that kind of stuff, off of the list that you're marketing your business mail addresses with. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to separate those two. That's the first thing. List Refiner does that automatically. Poof. You just basically upload your list, and this is something that we used to do. Like, people say, oh, that's not hard. I'll just stick it in a spreadsheet and fool around and it'll be
Yeah,
done.
that's right.
Bullshit. That if you've got big lists,
Yeah.
you're there for hours messing around with that. And people screw up their addresses all the time. And so this will bring those out to the surface, and you can put them back into a spreadsheet, sort them, and find those right real quick. What I like to do, but anyways, what tell me about the Pro, because I've been wanting to ask you. I haven't had a chance to sit down with you for a while, since like yesterday was the first time in a long time. What's going on with the cleaner?
Yeah, well, that's becoming List Recycler. And so
Okay.
List Refiner and List Recycler are two projects that we're working on in SociSNAP Pro. And we're rolling them out to our Pro members first as beta testers. I wish I could show you. Let me see if I can pull up a video that shows it in action. Yeah, here it is.
I'll see this.
All right. This is the new version. Just drop in your list. We do the rest. That's kind of the mission. Okay. So you upload your list. It grabs all of the data. It separates it into different categories. Okay. So like, look, out of a list of 10,000 people, this is one of our partners right now. Okay. There are 397 business owners. There are 4,851 Gmails, 1,328 Yahoos, 1,800 Hotmails, and AOLs. One of the keys to inboxing is to mail to each of these parties sparingly based on each carrier's set of rules. Gmail likes things in blocks of 500 and 2,000. And, you can try to fool them, but it's probably not going to work. In my course, Email Help Out, and the full email training comes with Pro, I teach that you want to focus on sending to 500 people first, sit back and wait a little bit, and then send to like 1,500 people. And you always want to keep it to under 2,000 Gmail users a day until you get engagement. Once you have engagement, you can do whatever you want. But
how much engagement, though?
Huh?
How much is engagement to Gmail?
300 opens minimum.
Yeah, 300 opens minimum
to Gmail addresses.
Yeah.
And this
is that 300, like 300 per email?
Per day.
Yeah, if you send to 2,000 and you need a minimum of 300 opens, if you're not getting those numbers, you should stop sending to Gmail until you get better copy.
Wow, that is some pressure. What's that percentage? What's 300?
It's like 1/7, just under that.
Yeah.
No,
This
like,
is what I'm working on with Ain. We're building all of these numbers into the list refiner tool so that people don't need to think about it. And this is something we're actually going to be announcing. Well, I guess we're live now. I'm announcing it. Once these emails are processed, we have a very, very good relationship with Google. Google's very kind when you're kind to them, and they're very nasty when you break their rules. So we always try to stick within Google's rules. Because I'm a partner with Google. I mean, I have a YouTube channel. I love YouTube. I love Google as a company. I have friends that work in the they're executives at Google. And basically, with respect to Google, what we want to be doing and focusing on is building better engagement with your existing subscribers. So as long as you are using FunnelMates, and I'm announcing this, I guess, formally, Email Help Out, SociSNAP, and List Refiner will be integrating with FunnelMates API. So as soon as we validate an email address, we can load that email address directly into your funnel. Is that cool? I hear a silence. I don't
know what that means. I'm still connecting the dots in my head. I'm a little slow. So I'm writing notes. So you're going to load that email address. So what is that email address? So does that, like, what does that email address mean?
Well, let's say you have an email address, okay, from another provider. Let's say it's Aweber, Constant Contact, or something.
Is it my email or is it my customer's email address?
It's your customer's email.
Okay. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Client email, okay.
What we've done is we wrote some software that goes, hey, Google, and now everyone's search box is going to open as soon as I say that live on camera, because that's what's programmed with Hey Google. So I say, hey, Google, this email address, is it active? Is it inactive? Or is it full? And Google is kind enough to tell us one of those three options. And the worst thing you can do is to email to someone whose mailbox is full, because that means they're A, never going to get your mail. B, you're going to bounce, which is going to mess up your sender. And then C, it's going to hurt your score, right? So you only want to mail to good active leads. And so our system is actually going to help you do that. And it's going to do it in an automated fashion. We have a beta tester right now. He's a dear, dear friend. And I'm just going to bring up a screenshot.
Do you mind if I jump in for just a sec here, Vic?
Yeah, jump in, please do.
Because I think Susie's just a little bit, I just wanted to kind of catch you up a little bit. So, because I jumped over 3 or 4 things. So what's happening here is basically the end of free mail. Okay.
Yeah, no, I do. I think I'm going to call it an email grader, because
Great idea.
I understand. Like, I need this so much, because
yeah, it's coming. The reason we're doing this is to build this into SociSNAP Pro. So that what'll happen is you go to your SociSNAP profile, you put in your API key for your FunnelMates or your Builderall or your SendLane, whatever email provider you have, and you say, hey, okay, now I'm going to go take my list, I'm going to run it through the list refiner, and then it's going to do its magic. And just to show you the magic this is an actual number. He has 14 campaigns. This is in a tool called MailWiz. He has 9 lists that we've processed so far, and we have successfully mailed to and authenticated his past subscribers from years ago. He hasn't even emailed them in years. And he now has brought back 152,732 subscribers that were basically lost. These were his fans. These were his people. They have purchased his, other products from his launches. He bought these leads, and they just fell off the map.
Is that
and
Peter's?
we brought them back.
Is that Peter's?
No. Peter's list is even bigger. Peter's like going on 400,000 right now. So we're in. This is this is what we're finding is. And when we mail 2,000 Gmail people a day, we monitor, okay, who's opening, who's clicking, who's connecting. And then now we're building highly engaged VIP lists. And so I only mail my VIPs certain launches and certain things like that. Yahoo is a very, very challenging provider. They bounce a lot. Hotmail is a little bit better. I'm friends with the founder of Hotmail before we sold out. He was actually an advisor on our launch in 2006 for our video streaming service. He was one of the advisors. You couldn't really call him an investor, but he kind of helped out, got us our first feature film, and AOL. And then we now have distinguished other mail providers as well. But what we want to do is build a completely automated system that simultaneously does list cleaning and re-opt-in and authentication and works with funnels and loads leads into existing funnels. Because a lot of people need this. Aim, back to you.
1 second. I just have to send a text here. So, Susie,
Yeah.
what neither one of us has explained properly is this. So, and people forgive me, but people just don't know this is going on right now. And in fact, it's changing all the time. Like just last week, there was several discoveries made about what's going on with free mail. So imagine this. Let's just talk about Gmail for a minute. So Gmail's got all these ways to catch you from mailing too much, mailing the wrong material. Yeah. No matter how much you spam check your words, no matter how much you engineer the copy and try and do reply campaigns, all of these things need to be done more than ever. Like you actually have to have a process. If you're managing a large list, you actually have to have a process that does 3 things. One, it roots out all the dead people that no matter what you do are just never answering. So that's your cleaning aspect. Then, and we know that, like we all marketers know that.
Yeah.
Then then you've got to develop a lead scoring system or use a tool that does it. And then you have to be very calculated about how you mail. So like, for instance, you might be restricted to only being able to mail from one IP address, 300 opens in a day. And until you get that 300 opens, you got to resist the urge not to mail more. And then when they do respond, you got to put them into a campaign or a sequence that engages deeper with them so that you can beat that algorithm. And once you do, it's like the promised land, man. I mean, you can swear and spam all you want. And as long as they're engaged with you, you can get away with just about anything.
Right.
But the process that it takes, it's so overwhelming. Most people can't even be bothered to do it. But if you have the right tools, it's actually not that hard. Like I love Vic. You skipped right over the fact that you just burned a 10,000 email list into 5 separate groups in 5 seconds. Boom. Done.
I know. That is key. I've noticed in SendLane, they do tell you like who's Gmail, are they opening on a tablet, are they opening on a computer?
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. I love how they do that.
Yeah, I don't think Aweber does that though.
No,
So
it does not.
Jamie's
That's why
got
I still keep my SendLane account. In fact, that's how I that's where my VIPs are. And if they're not opening and clicking in my SendLane, I delete them and I move them to something else.
Yeah, I've
Right.
got Aweber. Jamie's got SendLane. I like Aweber just because it has, you could save 500 photos in there. But this is crucial. This is like absolutely, I've needed this knowledge. And like I said, like the terms of services, what I was searching for with those terms of services is things like people, like PayPal accounts, like we're going slam dunk on and silenced in 2018 and all these different things. But really the terms of service of Google and Yahoo and all of this juiciness, this is essential needs for internet marketing, period.
Yes.
Email marketing.
Yep.
And now get this. So it's not good enough to just separate them and then treat them differently and score them and mail them only according to their score and all of that stuff. It's not enough. What you actually then need to do is devise a way to get them the hell off of the free mail, right? And get to their real business email address. That's the goal. If they have one. And if they don't, now you know how that is. I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't like people spamming my business mail, right? It's like a major red flag for me. But if you send me solid content, I don't mind. But if you're just going to launch spam the next, I haven't even expressed an interest in kind of product ever on your list, then, like for instance, I probably don't do a whole lot of crocheting, right? But if you send me content on crocheting that's entertaining and engaging, I probably would give it some attention and not hit the spam button after it, right? But people today, right now, like the way that this whole free mail situation is going, and I love the fact that Uncle Jimmy's, as progressive as he is. I was lobbying all the autoresponders years ago for certain features, and Jimmy was one of the guys that actually took our call, sat and listened to what we wanted, what we needed. Back then, the subject was about tagging, right? SendLane back then was like many of the other autoresponders. They didn't have the ability to tag, and if they did, they didn't have the ability to remove a tag. And for us, it was critically important to do that in our list management. We were going to Aweber, well, you name them. We went to all of them, and there was like 3 of them that listened. And even today, there's only 6 out of the list that we are integrated with that actually have remove a tag function.
Right.
So these guys aren't about to change their game anytime soon. But the problem is that now, as marketers or business owners, we don't have a choice. We have to do this stuff. And if our autoresponder is not helping us do the job, you're pretty much losing business at a really fast rate.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't notice it because we're just like, we hear everybody else bitching, oh, the open rates are going down. Everybody bitches on social media. You hear about it all the time. So you think it's normal. It's not normal. You make a few changes to the way you manage your email, and then you rethink what you're sending people and how you can get them to engage more with it. And the difference is night and day. Now, all of a sudden, go ahead.
Question. Okay, so yeah, I have thousands of people on my list, but if they all responded, I wouldn't be able to engage back, right? So is this real? This go-to word is engagement. Does engagement mean that we personally reply to that email?
No. There's 2 ways you can deal with.
What is engage defined as?
Okay, so basically, as far as the email company, the autoresponders are concerned, engagement is just simply them responding back to you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to personally write an email back to them. What happens is this: if you put other structures in place, and there, I don't want to start launch jacking here, but I think we're way past the end of this call anyhow. So Vic,
Yeah, and the lifetime offer is already off the page. So
okay, good.
Yep.
So what we're doing to kind of take up that extra manpower, because you're concerned about too many people engaging at that level and trying to, forcing you to have to, create more content or something to deal with that.
That's right.
The way you deal with most of that is you conspire in advance what it is that you want them to do and what information you want from them, and you create automated funnels to get that information and extract it from them.
Right.
And it can be as easy as a survey, or it can be as complex as like a multimedia presentation that's interactive and they answer questions. And then you find out where they're at. What kind of person are they at? Do they own a business? Do they need help running it? What do they need from you, and what do you need from them? Basically, is the two conversations that you have to conspire in your head. But beyond that, it's as simple as coming up with content that can be automated, that can process them through that discovery phase so that you can find out, look, this is just a guy. He's on my list. He likes to buy internet marketing products from time to time. Or is he actually a business owner who is in need of help of bringing more people to his business? Or are they just somebody that needs to learn more about how to make money online? And it's so easy to automate that process. And here's why it matters. Because even when you do everything perfect and you get the mail in their box and they open it, they click it, they read the page, even when all of that happens in a perfect world, you only have 2 to 3 touch points with that client, that 2-3 engagement points before they make a decision. Do I need to open Jamie's mail anymore? Or do I care to read everything that comes out of this man's office? And what your job at that point becomes is very simple. Look, this is who we are. This is what we do. Nice to meet you. How can we help you? And from that point forward, they'll let you know simply by voting with their open button, their click to open the next email and the next email. But most of the time, you don't even have to get that involved. You can get through a lot of this with a simple email campaign sequence, an autoresponder sequence, one that seeks to extract a little bit of info on a micro commitment basis, and then engage with a second automated email that responds to them with a few questions that they answer. And depending on how they answer, that triggers a different dynamic response so that you can drill down quickly into is there a relationship here that we need to deal with without you having to be dealing with all of these people manually? Because otherwise, what are you going to do with that? And I know
exactly.
I've run reply campaigns that will drive you nuts, right? But there is a way to automate them, and there are many options on how to do that. It's just a question of, how many people do you have? How many of them can you really get through to while you're warming up your list? And how much time do you have to, mine the data that they have and what they need from you, and vice versa? If you've got a few hours a week to do that, then it's worthwhile doing, because it'll make you a lot more money, but more importantly, it'll clean up your mailing reputation and keep it squeaky.
Yeah. Well, retention. It's retention and the lifetime value of a customer.
Yep.
And that's huge. And then also, was one of the biggest things in financial world is in everything is subscriptions, and the word on the street is subscriptions are going to be soaring and recurring. So with forgot what I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed, but it's just with SociSNAP. It's same thing. It's recurring, and that's awesome. I mean, that's like a dream for everybody to have recurring, right? Just like the phone companies get recurring. The
Yeah,
trash,
and you have to have, the thing is,
electrical.
people will forget that there ever was a lifetime deal, right? And the whole point of this is the people who bought the lifetime deal, they become our affiliates. They become our promoters, and we want them to get a cheap price because, let's face it, if we keep the prices so low all the time, then there's not enough money in it for the affiliates to make a living by promoting our product.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's phenomenal to have recurring as affiliate. I agree. There's
Yes.
a product line that I was like, I don't want to sell this. It's only $4 a month. But since 2018, I had like 100 people on this product, and some of them bought the lifetime.
Right.
But every month it was like $200 a month. I'm like, that's amazing, right?
Yes.
So it was like back 2018. I was like, this is silly. I'm gonna make $4. I was like, whatever. Little did I know that that would continue 3 or 4 or 5 years later.
Well, that's great if you still have that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, wow. What are we? 2021? It was 2018. So 19, 20, 21. Yeah, well, 3 years. 3 years later. Yeah, there's still comes in every month. I mean, and then you build onto that too. So
Yes.
recurring, I would prefer any day than one lump sum.
Right.
I mean, they're both good. They're both good, but reoccurring keeps the lights on, I would say, right?
It
Yeah,
does. And recurring, it's really funny. We do these launches sometimes, and people in the morning, lifetime's over, we change the price. We have people buying it. I don't know, somehow some people even find even though we have coupons all over the internet, if you actually Google our site, SociSNAP has coupons. Type in SociSNAP coupon. You're going to find all these coupon brokers that list our coupons, and they sell our coupons. And we have to keep those coupons alive because they bring us business. They're not even affiliates. I don't even know what they're thinking, but they give out these coupons,
Well, do they know? I mean, how do they get them?
They just found our site. They found the coupon that we publish. They get them because we run lots of Facebook ads.
Okay.
And they probably saw one of our Facebook ads, and the Facebook ad always has a coupon in it. Okay. And at the end of our email sequence, we send people a coupon. The way I see it is if they've opened up 10 of my emails, I want to give them a 30% discount, because guess what? They open up 10 of my emails, so now they actually listen and they open my emails and they connect and they're active and they're participating and they're engaged. That engagement is worth way more than the 30% discount that I'm giving them.
Yeah.
A happy customer is worth at least 100 times whatever discount you can give them, but you can't go beyond this principle of fair exchange. Like other social media tools, they're all like $29 a month. That's what you pay for a social media tool. As soon as you start doing, like, there are a few of these people, I'm not going to name their names, but they've got these social media tools that are like $100 a month. Well, $100 a month is what you pay for a Facebook group and a group coaching program, right? Some people, I'm not going to name them again, but they start with Russell. They want to do a coaching program for $299 a month, right? And people pay it because there's good value in the coaching, right? The trainings, the videos. We want SociSNAP Pro to be $299 a month. We want SociSNAP Basic to be $299 a year. Back to you, Ain. Pricing is always a challenge when it comes to sales, but sometimes the higher the price, the more sales you get.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's a good place to end it. But yes, what's good about this is everyone who got in on the lifetime is going to get early access to this tool that we're frantically trying to finish. It's costing us a fortune to build. I had no idea that going into the email space would be Oh my God. It's it's like going down a rabbit hole. It is really, really going down a rabbit hole.
I'm gotta say, not being in this industry and getting into this and being product developer myself, it is not cheap for programmers and the infrastructure, I say, to keep things up and running. And say Jamie's infrastructure is about $80,000 a year just to keep everything up and running.
Yep.
This is not lifestyle, not home, nothing. This is just business, and this is an online business. So it's I appreciate you creating this because I know that you've invested way more, and breaking even is very even exciting, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes when it's like sometimes when customers complain about a $15-17 product, and like you have no idea the amount of time and energy and money that's gone in just to develop this so you could like turn it on and use it.
Right.
So I appreciate this. This is just phenomenal, and you're really going to help a lot of people. And this is definitely a great evergreen product that has huge value. And honestly, I wish I had this from the beginning. I wouldn't have burnt through so many people on my list.
Oh,
Like
it's
I'm
but
a
the thing
list
is, with
burner.
List Refiner, you can bring them back. That's what I'm really trying to do. And I got to tell you, it gives me such joy to reconnect with subscribers I haven't talked to in a long time.
Oh, brother, you have no idea.
I delete them though, because I'm just like, I'm not going to pay for an unengagement. So I just delete. So I don't have them on my list.
Yeah, well,
What do you do?
People are literally throwing emails at us, asking us to help them clean their lists, refine them, get those people back.
Well, are you saying like when they unsubscribe, you keep them, or do you delete them when they unsubscribe?
Oh no, when they unsubscribe, you got to let them go. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I sell them. I sell their name to my friends. I'm just kidding.
Joking. I'm going to say, okay, shut it down, delete. I delete the unsubscribe. I'm like, yep, goodbye. I don't want to pay for you either.
No. Yeah. You have to delete them. Thankfully, Jimmy removed that. They used to charge you for those unsubscribers. Remember that?
Aweber does, unless you delete them. Like you have to delete them, or Aweber will charge you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
Aweber double charges you or triple charges you because they have the same person maybe on 5 different subject lists. They'll charge you 5 times for the same person.
Yeah.
So I need list cleaning. I need a cleanse.
And an engagement sequence is the main thing, right? Like being able to automate that, it makes your life.
I got an angle for what women would understand. Mm-hmm. You like a maid to come clean your house, or you clean your toilet like every week, or you clean your bathroom, right? You clean your sheets or your towels, or you clean your underwear, right? You clean.
Right.
So it's just like one of those things. You got to pay for like Lysol or dish soap every week. I mean, dish soap's $11 for like biodegradable, smell good lemon verbena, whatever dish soap. I was like, what the heck? So I mean, it's like the cost of dish soap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do. And here's the thing that Vic, again, with his humility, does not cover all the bases. So if he's making the recycler part of Pro, I can tell you right now, like, will there be any fees on top of the cost for the Pro if you're using recycler, Vic, or are you going to have some kind of, how's that going to work?
What we're going to do is we're going to issue you a number of credits each month on how many emails you can clean, but it's going to be really, really high. Probably like 100,000 credits a month.
Wow. Okay.
And then you'll be able to clean those and load them into your autoresponder as soon as they're clean.
Well, I don't understand this clean thing, but I'll let you go. So I'll learn later.
So basically, what I was trying to interject with is, and honestly, and I'm not even staging this, but like if he includes the recycler with the pro, that's worth the price of admission right there. I pay for list cleaning services on the regular, and I'm not even kidding you. Like Bright Verify, the last time Vic and I were looking at their prices, what was it, Vic? It was something like, was it?
Yeah, I mean, a million emails is $1,000.
Yeah. And that's every time you clean the damn list, which.
And you might only get 1,000 good leads out of that.
That's right.
Right.
Okay, so what is list cleaning? Is it just sectioning them in the 5 little sections? Is that
No, it's
all?
also validating to see if we can get a response from them.
Yeah.
How do you validate? So you validate them, you email them?
Yeah. I told you that what we do is we created a tool that goes to their Gmail, asks Google if that person is still there, and then Google gives us one of 3 answers. The email doesn't exist, their mailbox is full, or it's a good email. Other providers are not so kind. Yahoo does not give us any data. Hotmail does not give us any data, but Google does. And so we can essentially help you out extremely well with your Gmail. And that's 90% of your list anyway is going to be Gmail.
Absolutely. Everybody does. I'm not a Gmail girl. I've always had domains and my own email address.
I've always had domains and my own email address, but 80% of my revenue comes from domains, business class. So that's why what I do is and the thing is, when I mail to business class, I send them pictures, I send them professional. I don't have to just do plain text. Whereas if you try to put pictures and stuff like that in Gmail, it's going to go to spam. It's got to be plain text.
Okay, I need to take your class. I'm going to be your student. I need to come to Vic 101. Let's just download your brain because this is.
Well, I have about 30 or 40 hours of training on email alone in SociSNAP Pro.
Yeah, this is a fundamental. Like, I literally need to send all of my students to Vic 101.
Yeah.
Like, first step. So I'm going to change to my laptopmode.com to first step, Vic. Like, you need to meet Vic. Don't pass go. Just go to Vic. That's your first step. Come see me after Vic.
Exactly.
And honestly, you don't need me after they go to you, but that's okay. So I just need an affiliate link to vic.com.
Well, it's right here. Affiliates make money with SociSNAP. Apply here.
Okay.
And I personally approve every single person myself because I want to build relationships with my affiliates.
Make money with.
And then if you have a sizable list, we can actually do like a 2-week launch. And in a 2-week launch, I will apply my talent in Facebook ads to help you close your sales.
All right. I don't know what that means, but let's circle back to that.
What that means is we will upload your list into Facebook and we will run retargeting ads together on helping them close. And I'll use my ads to convert that Scott wrote. I mean, Scott's
wait.
Scott makes $1 million a month on Facebook ads.
I'm lost. Wait, stop. Don't go further because I really want to understand this. So when you say 2-week launch, we upload your list into Facebook. You lost me there. We upload list into Facebook.
Yeah, that's in Pro. It's part of the Pro Insider training. You go to Pro Insider, you go to EarthGrid Vault, and you go into building relevant audiences and video funnels, right? And down over here, also in the training, you go to training. You go to, it's under Facebook relevance. You go to action guides. And then right here, how to upload your customer list. It's right here.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I had no idea you could I could upload my email list into Facebook.
Yeah. What's nice about that, this is my 4-minute video. It shows you exactly how to do it, and you upload your audiences there in Facebook, And guess what? This is like such a golden nugget.
Yeah.
They have gone. But guess what? Facebook's been around as long as I have. They started in 2006, right? So they have those email addresses on file, even though that person is gone.
Oh my God.
So that's what you do is then this is my strategy, right? I take these old dead lists, the people that I can't directly email, I upload them to Facebook, I run ads, and I ask them to re-opt in.
What if you lose your Facebook? I mean, I was crypto girl. I think I lost my ads in 2018 when I was boosted. I boosted some crypto thing and it was like shut down.
Oh no, you can't boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Way to go,
Right.
Jay.
You have to go into SociSNAP Pro, and then you go into the Facebook training. Under training, you go to Facebook domination. And we just released a 2021 update on Facebook posts that convert. That's a 14-minute training. And then crafting high quality posts and ads. And this goes into all the no-nos. And then also down here at the Pro Insider in the Earthquake Vault. This right here is the danger zone, the big no-nos. Right, the big no-nos. You want to get to that one. 3 ways to craft winning ads, the secrets of successful selling, how to inspire people to share, 3 types of Facebook pages, the danger zone, and the big no-nos. That plus the new training we just did and we released inside of the domination training will show you so much of why people get shut down, because they're doing all the wrong things that Facebook, violates the terms of service.
How do you get turned back on?
You have to go into. I'm glad you asked this question.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm off. I think I'm off. Jamie asked me after he had his session with me, he goes, hey, can you, because Crypto Girl's actually under his info, and he goes, can you go into Susan?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I lost my ads too, dude.
This is my full Facebook training, which is like the $2,000 product that you can actually promote as well.
Yeah, I want to.
Okay. This is the full Monty. It also includes a one-on-one. My challenge is if you can actually finish watching all of my videos, there's going to be a quiz.
All right.
That's thanks to Ain, because he actually did this with me. He said, Vic, I'm going to recommend a book. I will work with you. There's going to be a quiz. You remember that, Ain?
I do.
I read the book. I've read it now 5 times. But anyway, this is Facebook relevance. There's a training right here called the Facebook Blueprint. It's actually Facebook's own training. It's at facebook.com/business/learn. And a lot of my course is designed to supplement this course that Facebook puts out there. The way to get turned back on if you get shut down by Facebook is demonstrate that you've gone through the Facebook Blueprint, you understand how it works, and you actually have the capability of making amends. Because it's not that they did it wrong, it's just that you're a threat to the community, and that's how they see it. And, they just want clean content.
Now you can go black hat and just go get another credit card, go to your bank, say, oh, I lost my credit card, get another one. And you can.
It won't work because now they verify driver's license.
Oh.
Yes.
But does that matter? Because typically, like,
yeah, because if your driver's license matches even an expired credit card, you're not going to get back in. You got to make amends with Facebook. If you have more than one Facebook account, they'll shut you down because you can only have one Facebook account.
What about VAs, though?
VAs have to sign in. I'm glad you asked that. I stopped taking on clients in Facebook because their employees got me in trouble with Facebook. I was on as an admin of their account.
Mm-hmm.
And then their employee did something stupid like, putting weight loss before and after shots. And then I got my agency shut down because I was on their account as an agency. And I didn't even do the ad. It was one of their employees did something stupid. So it just was too much liability for me. So I just stopped doing it. The way I do Facebook now is I get on a Zoom call and I remote control your account.
I mean, I agree. The white hat way is definitely the better way to go.
Yeah, you got to go white hat. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I know people that have gone out after they've been shut down recently, just switched their cards and just started up another account and managed to run for several months. But of course, that doesn't work when you're trying to build a brand, right?
Right. But
I
you
may
can have
be able to do it because I think my credit cards just expired. It was like. It just like,
Yeah, they'll turn you back on. If a lot of times they shut off your account because your credit card expired or your credit card was bad. As long as
it did expire, so I could try with a new credit card.
Well,
I can take the course anyways.
Was it your card under Jamie's Facebook?
Oh, wonder.
I wonder because sometimes. Well, I mean, I assume you're married, right? Do you have?
No. We're not. I don't believe in marriage. We're mentally married. I did that once. I'm done with that.
I love it. Mentally married.
Yeah. So I just say I'm Susie Lewis because it's just what people will understand.
Right.
Yes, that's what people understand.
Well, it might be that. It might be as simple as that, but I think it's got more to do with the crypto, to be honest with you.
In 2018, yes, it definitely did. It definitely did. And that's why I was like so frustrated with the terms of services.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, someone needs to create API terms of service and have an automatic email sent out to everybody that utilizes these platforms, because in 2018 it was like so many things were just hitting us, like JVZoo, everyone's PayPal accounts went down, and then you had and then nothing crypto could go anywhere on anything. It was just like, what's going on with the world? It was the first time ever I had like a squunchy feeling. It was weird. Like, anyways, so that's great. I mean, I don't want to go down these rabbit holes and learn all this stuff and not be able to re-up my account. So after the agency thing, were you able to get your agency back?
I was able to get back one of my agencies, but one of the agencies they would not turn back on. And I went through compliance so many times, and that was the one that had this one particular client who's in the health niche.
Yeah.
And from my vantage point, he did a few things wrong, but I think their penalty was really harsh.
Yeah.
And I kind of just move on, it's like this slide. I learned this from my friend Matt Basak, and he talked about he and his wife were talking about this, building a buyer's list and stuff like that. But this was a key. I'm going to put this on the screen here. Fail fast. This is actually on my presentation coming up on Thursday. And I did some research. Dr. Teller actually spoke at this conference, I/O 2015. And Google X is a division of Google that does research. And how fast can you discover that the thing you're working on is the wrong thing to be working on? And then I transposed that into Facebook ad terms, that if you run 10 campaigns, 8 will fail. The 2 that succeed can recoup all your failed investment. So invest 20% of your budget to fail as quickly as possible and then learn from it. And that's what I used to do as an agency, because, clients hate it if you blow their money frivolously. But if you only take 20% of their spend, like in the case of the mayor, we blew, like 20% of a sizable budget, but we were happy to waste it because it gave us the knowledge that we knew in order to have that 80% crush the campaign. And we won the vote by, landslide. So that's kind of a little nugget for you guys to close it out. But yeah, fail fast. And so if you get shut down, I've been shut down, I think at least 5 times from Facebook. I've been shut down from Amazon email services at least a dozen times. And I learned how to avoid that by sticking within their rules. And that's what I put inside this training.
Yeah, man, exactly. Fail forward.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
so SociSNAP Pro, what I wanted to do was to give people email help out. I wanted to give them everything, literally everything, all of my stuff, because they're my peeps, right? They're going to be promoting. If they get over delivery of value, I think I have a slide right here. This is like my, this is like this bundle offer that I'm doing with SociSNAP Pro on Thursday. They get SociSNAP Pro Annual, which is $11.88 a year. They get Search Triggers Pro, which is my other software, my SEO tool, my YouTube ranking software. They get Facebook Relevance Bonus Training, which is my $2,000 course. They get Email Relevance Bonus Training, $997 value. And then they get my Tube Relevance Bonus Training, which is a $99 value. Total value is $54.67. And you got to come back on Thursday to find out what the price is going to be.
so what's the link to Thursday? How do we get to your Thursday?
Just go to SociSNAP. You can create a free account at SociSNAP.net. .com goes to the sales page. .net goes to the free place, and you get a 3 posts for free and a free gift, and you sign up to be an affiliate. And then I'm inviting all of my affiliates and all my customers to Thursday. But for you, just hit me up on Skype because that's where I live and breathe.
Yeah, I just don't even know. I just did not. I didn't know what I was doing. I just clicked on that thing. I was in the group somehow. I guess Cindy put me in the group.
Yeah, I put you in the group, which is great. And we got to connect.
Okay, so and what time on Thursday is it?
It's noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
It's part 2 of the 4-hour training we did today.
All right.
So get ready with your notepad.
Oh, interesting. I'm on SociSNAP.net. Log in with Facebook, iPhone, Mac, sign in, or register.
Oh, yeah. Tell her about that, Vic.
Yeah, that's going to be part of Pro as well. You're going to be able to hook up your FunnelMates account or your Builderall account or your SendLane account. And then as soon as you log in or your customers log in with SociSNAP, it looks like this. Let's see, where is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you'll be able to put in your Zoom links and it will automatically register you for Zoom. So you essentially can use SociSNAP to authenticate your users to get into a Zoom call.
That's what that's doing. It's authenticating people. And then what if I don't even want to do the Facebook because I'm like, what if I ever lose my Facebook account? I can't get into anything.
Well, then you can probably still do email and password, but we find most people log in with one click with Google or one click on their iPhone. And everybody seems to have Facebook, so they can log in with Facebook. We also have Amazon and we have Twitter, but we didn't add them to this particular build, but we do have those written already.
And what's cool about this is that if you, correct me if I'm wrong, Vic, but the last time I asked you about this. Which one is it that when you log?
Oh,
I just kicked the leg out of my table. Hang on.
that was good. I enjoyed the sound effect.
Yeah, sorry. Which one is it? Is it when you log in with the business mail that it takes you directly into the back end?
Yeah. That was email help out. That's a little secret. Right? So, yeah. So if I go to emailhelpout.com, right? And I go something like victor@victorgrant.com, the system's smart. It sends you directly. Oops, I'm sorry. I blacklisted. I did that intentionally, but let me just do another one. I'll suit, test Vic 1, 2, 3 at earthgrid.net. It lets you write in. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Email Help Out.
That's dope.
Yeah. But guess what happens if I go in and I go something like, I put in my Gmail, it sends me to a nag screen where I have to log in with Google or iPhone or Mac. So that becomes extremely useful because then we now know that the person is real, right? Sign in with Google or sign in with your iPhone.
Yeah, no, that's dope.
But we also have that for AOL. We mainly made that so that you could actually create a video that teaches people how to find their spam folder. So it doesn't have to necessarily authenticate them. But when they do sign in with Google or their iPhone, it's a real email address, and they're probably going to check it fairly quickly. So it's really, really good feature to have. And the SociSNAP Pro, we're kind of working on the user interface for it right now. Everything's custom. So what we do is all of our Pro members, it's a relationship. Like we interview you, we find out what your business is like. How are you doing it? Are you doing Zoom? Are you doing FunnelMates? Are you doing Builderall? Are you doing SendLane? What email program are you doing? How do we load it in? And then we custom tailor your Pro account so that when the leads come in from any of your affiliate offers or any of our joint projects that we work on together, it automatically loads them into your autoresponder, automatically loads them into your Zoom. So they don't ever need to register with anything other than this system. And then, it's real, and then the system starts dripping on them automatically. And that allows you to live the lifestyle of, just spending very little time on your follow-up. That's kind of where we're going with Pro, right? But we have to justify the $99 a month price point and then the $299 a month price point, because that's where our affiliates make the most money.
So I think the key element here is that email marketing really brings home the bacon. It
totally brings in the bacon.
There is, but only a seasoned entrepreneur would understand that. So it's one of those things when someone is new and they're just developing their world, they won't understand or be able to justify the cost for the infrastructure. And
right.
Because it's before they've built their first product line, before they've sold anything, before they've launched a product, and they don't have the income to justify the outgoing. So it's almost like this is a business to business, but it's a seasoned business owner's product and tool. It's not necessarily for a newbie. However, it is an essential need for someone that's new, so they can start out on the right foot in the right direction.
Exactly.
So it's one of those things where how much, how fast, how soon. And I have clients that they have like tutoring with me, but they don't want to email every day. They're scared to me. They're scared to email their list. They're scared to burn out their list. And so I know there's a few personalities that I've worked with that that need this, want this, but then they're going to get an analysis paralysis. So the thing that I think this would help with is do the analysis paralysis for them and let the technology do the analysis, pump out the information, and it's going to give them that confidence that their analysis has been completed. Your analysis has been completed. You can go on to the next step. And they will use this like a coffee maker every morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like the instant hot. It's like, okay, it's hot or it's not. It's like, mirror, mirror on the wall. Is this going to work at all?
Exactly.
And then it's going to say no. And they're going to go, yay, because they want that constant approval or rejection. They want to know, is this right or wrong? And just like people call me and say, hey, what coin should I buy? And I'm like, that's the wrong question to be asking, because you don't have the tools that tell you, because that's not something that's going to be, the moment I tell you that this is a good thing to get, I'm not going to say the keywords, it could move because the market moves. So if you're asking someone what to get, that means you're not seasoned yet to even buy. I'm talking trading, but I'm trying not to talk trading in case it triggers.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So this is definitely a very highly advanced product, and it's absolutely needed. And with the rules of the game are changing. The rules of engagement change like the wind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's and this is the time, right?
Yeah. Every day.
This is the time. And to inspire people to share, I was just looking at that title. That is a real key, is you have to inspire people to share this.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Right? Sharing
All right.
is
So
caring.
I'm late for dinner. I love you. I appreciate you. It's been so real and so fun. And let's come back. Stop sharing the screen. I've been sharing my screen all this time. I can't believe how much we've covered today.
SociSNAP is amazing, and you're fabulous. And thanks for your energy and your lessons, and for AIM, the guy that's on the other end, the voice, the
Yeah,
guy. I want to
the
see
high
his
one
name.
speaking from above. He is always here.
I want to pull him out of the digital world and put him on the screen. Or does there only room for two? Is that what it is?
Yeah. We still have people watching us. It's crazy. People are diehards. They're still watching us.
Woo!
All right. So Crypto Girl, really briefly, what is SociSNAP and why should someone buy it, especially from you?
Something that I should have had when I was told to do internet marketing, because I burnt a list. And I'll tell you why. Because you launch a product, you sell 2,000 versions of it in 1 week, and then you're like me, you don't do internet marketing because you're new to this, and you don't know what to do after that happens. And once you do that, you burn your list. So the 2018 big launch has dwindled down to a list of 300 people. So I literally needed SociSNAP because I burnt through 1,700 people. Can you believe that, guys? I think that's right. Maybe 400. So
that's crazy.
Lifetime value. That's like usually the lifetime value of a client is $19,000. So how much did I lose by not having SociSNAP? That's 700 people times, say, 20,000. Let's just break it down to like, say, 1,000. $20,000. That's like 3 zeros. That's like $20 million or something like that.
Yikes.
Yeah, right. Because I didn't have SociSNAP. And I'll be honest with you, Jamie lost 100,000 people list from AWeber once because
Wow.
yeah. So people, he was interviewing Todd Gross the other night, and he goes, so have you ever lost a list? And Todd goes, how do you lose a list? Because he was on TV, so he knows SociSNAP in his head, what he could never say on TV doing the weatherman stuff, right?
Right.
Todd was like very serious. He was like, lose a list? How do you lose a list? I mean, he generally was like, Jamie, how do you lose a list? I was like, oh, Jamie, you need SociSNAP, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, so there's like, so you gotta really, really watch your words, and clearly you had to lose some to do it. So that's it. Save future earnings. That's what I would say.
Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Go eat. Take a bathroom break. Bye, guys.
Yes.
SociSNAP.
All right. Great. Thank you to everyone who came out tonight.
Yeah.
The launch is officially complete. We'll see you on Thursday for the next training, and every Tuesday and Thursday I do trainings, and she teaches on Wednesdays.
We're Wednesdays. We're on Thursday night at 8. I do a crypto thing, and then we do
cool.
Wednesdays, and then I do Sundays Beyond the Buy Builders.
Well, send me all of that stuff in Skype.
Okay.
I'll send you my stuff, and
Yeah.
thank you again. And Ain, thank you. Any closing words on SociSNAP before we end the broadcast? We still have people watching us even after 2 hours and 41 minutes.
I mean, no, I think everything's really been covered well. I think, the reality is that, my interest in coming on here today really was the support between the two projects. I think there's huge potential there.
Oh, huge.
Star Commissions and SociSNAP, just to put those two tools together, just put those to work. Can't see that being a bad move for anybody, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What a nice shortcut to drawing attention away from a free source and putting it to something that, can give you some traction. That's really it for me. I mean, that's what excited me about the combination.
Ultimate infrastructure will hold up whatever business you want to build. It'll hold it up, and in infrastructure, roots are essential. And if I had this, I would have had more people to help and teach.
Yes.
But I didn't, and so I failed forward, right? Just like you. And
exactly.
It's like my big sister. Thank God she got in trouble. So then I didn't do that when I became a teenager. So we're the big sisters that did all the bad things, and now you can learn from us and be the little kid, the little sister, little sibling. Better life.
Absolutely.
Start clean. Start clean and avoid some of the issues like losing your Facebook boostability.
I know, and that is so important. You've got to be able to recover from that.
Yeah, like you can keep face. Let our mistakes help you keep face, and you'll build, and every person you collect, you will retain. So it's the ultimate retention tool.
Yes, the ultimate attention tool. I love that.
Retention.
Oh my gosh. And then stay tuned because Ain has the ultimate attention tool. So together, retention. That's brilliant. That was the nugget I was waiting for. SociSNAP is the ultimate retention tool, and eyeball glue is the ultimate attention tool. And together, all of us can work together as a community to bring more goodness into the world.
Right.
There you go.
So much money. $73 trillion in this country. We're the wealthiest country in the planet.
And let's give back. We
got it, and it's there. The money in the universe and in our country is here to flow to you. It's that you got to get the stickage. Like, get the stickies. And this is like stickies, like sticky pads, right? Like, let the money just
yes.
And like this socio is like, it's like snap it, but it's like stick it, right? Here you go, here's your money. And stick, and then like, so it gives you that stick, it gives you that little stickiness. To let the lead stick to you, let the attention stick to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Be stickable.
All right. Well, good night.
Good night, guys. I don't know how to turn it off, so it's all you.
Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.